Alright, guys. It's good to be back. 10 Volten back here to bring you through another case of murders on the Yangtze River. So yeah, it's been a while for me. I'll be with you for a short time, I guess. Let's not overdo it, and let's go with this great detective game. Hope you guys are excited. Anyway, it's been some time since my last stream, and my settings were kind of lost due to updates, so I'm not sure if I did it perfectly. You let me know if you guys feel like the music's too loud or something. Anyway, right. Yeah, after the update we got ourselves a Chinese version. Cool, right? No worries. I didn't find a solution for it, but I just found it myself. No, it's easy. You know. Yeah. Alright, I was clicking for a while, but I was able to find yeah, English language over there in clearly marked options. Okay, guys, so anyway, after the update, the devs said that we should use the chapters instead. Well, for the new joiners and for anyone who's not familiar with the game, well, we are a detective who is friends with this guy who's well, a great mechanic, and this was our first case when we visited a novelist who was what was shown later murdered, and we were at the place of the murder, and we were accused of being murder ourselves. So anyway, we did an investigation, and well, after solving this first case, it turns out to be well, more complicated than that, because there was another body, which was like super surprising. So we will now go to the chapter 2, which is a case number 2. Yeah, because we already did also the case number 3, which was available as a demo version, but this is brand new. So okay, not brand new, it was, yeah, available for like 2 months, I guess, something like that. Anyway, let's go. Shen, let's go and have some sweet fried dots. Didn't you just promise Jia Cheng? Oh man. Officer, you okay, I need to. Okay. Yeah, okay, he promised some help. I just want to find a reason to go out for a walk. We waited in the court all morning. Lo Xinwen still hasn't awakened. It's really boring. Lo Xinwen is the guy who, well, turned out to be the culprit. If the judge asks, how will you explain yourself? Well, I count on you, Shen. I didn't arrange to help. Suddenly lost the mood to look for delicious food. Are you coming or not? Where? Lo Xinwen's house. It was his first crime, there might be clues. Shen, you come up with a direction so clearly. Alright, we got this. We can talk to gate soldiers, but should we? This is not the direction, of Lo. Okay. Look at this. Ranking list. Oh, there's a circle drawn on this paper and there are also many words written on it. This seems to be a pass list of the candidate examination. I'm not sure why it's here though. Wow, all these people on the list are scholars. Candidate examination is divided into county level, prefectural level and academy level. This list is for the county level examination, but what, Shen? Nothing. Just say it. Alright, this is the bored soldier. Shen, is this Lo Xinwen's house? That's correct. Sorry, Officer Ma has issued an order that no one's allowed to enter. Soldier, do you remember us? We are the detectives who solved the low-pay case this morning. I remember, you're the accomplice. Accomplice is not allowed to enter. Soldier, we were entrusted by Judge Chang to search for evidence. Please let us in. Alright, go in then. Lord has instructed if it's Detective Shen's investigating the case, we should cooperate. Your words really work. Oh, it is indeed hot. Not only it is hot, but it's also very stuffy. It's just the beginning of autumn. Why did he start to burn charcoal? Does Lo Xinwen have a weak body, needing to cover himself with a quilt, even in the hot summer? Afu, do not make assumptions. Shen, let's finish the search as soon as possible and leave quickly. Okay, newspaper on the floor. This is the report about low pay, but the faces of both people in the photo were repeatedly punctured. This should be an act of venting anger. How much resentment must have been in Lo Xinwen's heart? This wall is a bit strange. This blank space on the wall seems to be cleaner than the rest. There must be a poster or something. Can you analyze the possible reasons? Calligraphy or a painting hanging on it. That's right. Food box. Whoa, isn't this a delivery food box from Cow Snacks? This snack shop is quite famous locally. Let me see what delicious food is in the food box. Afu, don't touch other people's belongings without permission. Anyway, Lo Xinwen won't be back. What a pity. To let it go to waste. Basket of steamed buns. They are all mine. These buns have stayed here for 6 hours. Be careful, they might be spoiled. Don't worry, Shen. It's not spoiled. These steamed buns are incredibly delicious. Memoir of Sherlock Holmes, The Adventure of the Navy Treaty and a Case of Identity. Shen, are these all detectives novels? Translation of the Sherlock Holmes series, written by Arthur Conan Doyle. I love these books. Don't you think the middle of the bookshelf feels particularly empty? Middle. Yes, judging from the imprints on the partition. Partition. Imprints. I'm not exactly sure what they mean. There used to be some ceramic vessels in the middle of the bookshelf, but they are now gone. Oh, okay, I think they meant like there's like the dust marks around circle things. Shen, there are some pills in this bottle. Could they be a knockout drug? Let's take a look. Smoking cessation pills. Does this Lo Xinwen smoke opium too? That's highly possible. Wonder what's in this cabinet. Let's open it and see. Many crumpled papers are falling out. Let's see what is written. Wow, 30 minutes. Killer attacked someone with a rod, but it rebounded and knocked himself unconscious. So the victim turned into the killer, and the killer turned into the victim. Shen, it appears that all the crumpled papers in this cabinet are discarded novels, manuscripts. Very likely indeed. I didn't expect that Lo Xinwen was actually writing novels. Shen, what do you think of his writing? His ideas are unique, but his writing techniques are not yet mature enough. Is writing technique important, Shen? Certainly, if one only has ideas without proper techniques, it is hard to create a good story. Clearly, Lo Xinwen was not satisfied with his own writing either, having crumpled them into paper balls, yet not wanting to discard them. Indeed, Lo Xinwen's life seems rather awkward. It seems that someone is helping Lo Xinwen improve his writing techniques. These few sheets of paper all have notes written in a delicate and elegant handwriting. Okay. Oh, is that it? Portrait on the wall. Shen, who's in this portrait? It's Moriarty, the criminal mastermind from Sherlock Holmes series. Lo Shin-wen hung the portrait of the criminal mastermind so he could see him while writing. It seems like he admires him quite a bit. No wonder he became a murderer. There are some indentations on this paper that look like handwriting. I see. These are traces left by a fountain pen. Yes, someone used a fountain pen on the table to write something. But the paper with the written words has already been taken. Now you wonder how much of these are related to old case and what's new. Wouldn't bet. Judging from the color of the wood, it has been around for quite some years. Right. Wardrobe is locked. Padlock on top is similar to the one at Lopez's house. Should I try to pry it open? Okay, maybe the coat is there. No, but there is a body. Lady in the Wardrobe, Chapter 2. Shen, a ghost lying in this wardrobe. It's a female body. She has been dead for some time. Did we see her last night? Mr. Shen, I think I heard someone screaming inside the house. What's this? And another body. Someone died. Could it be Lo Shin-wen again? Soldier, let's not rush to conclusions. Allow us to examine the body first. Alright, so this time I think we see the defending wounds. This is the girl we encountered by the creek last night. Creek? It's like my stream, right? I also saw her photo in the newspaper. Yeah, according to that article, her name is Liu P. Chang, editor at the Golden Words publishing house. She was a long-time partner of Lo Pei, and she was responsible for editing all of his books. How did Miss Liu die? Can only determine that after a thorough examination of the body. Right, so first you can see there's a deep red mark below the throat with localized discoloration and epidermal peeling. There seems to be symptoms of fractured laryngeal cartilage. This is a fatal injury. She was strangled to death. The strangulation mark is thick, long, no sign of finger pressure or crescent-shaped nail marks. It shows a weapon was used. The murderer may have used a rod-like object to strangle the victim. What's this? There are also two vertical marks, evenly distributed on the surface. Like this, I guess. This needs to be documented separately. Long strangulation marks on the victim's necks with two vertical marks distributed on the surface. Got it. The weapon is a rod with two vertical marks. Alright. Blood foam at the corner of her mouth. There is also white powder on the lips. We know it. White powder looks somewhat familiar. Let me take a look. There's a smell of rice. Yes, it is crumbs from a rice cake. Could it be that this girl, like you, ate a rice cake with knockout drugs? It is possible. The deceased face is noticeably bruised and swollen, with a bluish-purple color. It's probably caused by strangulation of the neck and obstruction of blood flow. Livor mortis was found on the wrists of the body. Abrasion and contusions on the fingertips with minor subcutaneous bleeding. Fingernails and surrounding skin damaged, possibly from scratching or clawing. Common defensive wounds in strangulation cases suggesting victims struggled before death. That is weird, because if she ate the rice cake with a knockout drug, why would she resist? Interesting. Her jaw joint, neck, muscles, upper limb muscles and leg joints are all exhibiting rigor mortis. What the hell is rigor mortis? Okay, this is just being stiff after death. Rigor mortis has spread throughout the whole body, no signs of relaxation yet. Feet. Livor mortis is present at the ankles. Livor. Okay, it says like the blue or purple place on the body, which is after death. There is stiffness present in the toe joints. Stiff toe joints. How are the results of the investigation? The girl in the wardrobe was strangled by a blunt weapon. The time of her death. Her body shows total rigor mortis with no signs of relaxation. The finger and toe joints are stiff. Preliminary assessment indicates that the victim was killed approximately 14 hours ago. This is really good. At the time of death can be influenced by various factors. My judgment may not be precise. It will be advisable to have a coroner conduct further examinations for a more accurate analysis. It's good that she did not die during my shift. Yeah, good thinking, bro. I wonder, when you came on duty, was there anyone else who rotated shifts with you? Afternoon, not long before I came on duty, Officer Ma assigned only me to guard. It is currently 2 p.m., which means that you arrived less than 2 hours ago. It seems that you have limited information as well. Then, what should I do next? It's a murder case. Go and report to Judge Chang right away. Shen, what should we do next? We need to re-investigate this room from the perspective of a crime scene. Alright, Shen, look, this is particularly burnt fabric, isn't it? This is silk. From its color and pattern, it looks the same type of fabric as Lo Pei's lost coat. Could this be the blood-stained coat we have been looking for? Lo Xinwen was wearing that overcoat when he disguised himself as Lo Pei. Fabric is quite distinctive, so I don't think I could mistakenly identify it. It seems that Lo Xinwen used the charcoal brazier to burn the evidence. There's a possibility of that. Although there remain only fragments, but this should be enough to report to Judge Chang. Shen, look here, I have found crucial evidence. What evidence? Footprints. They must have been left by the murderer. How about you take this opportunity to review the method of footprint analysis? You mentioned a proportional relationship between height and barefoot length. Footprint size doesn't equal barefoot length. We should consider shoe type and features. By subtracting inner and outer differences and allowing for space, can get the barefoot length. Lastly, multiply the length of the barefoot by 7. Then you can roughly estimate the height of the murderer. You remember well. I got it. There are 2 murderers. Their souls are respectively of wave pattern and swastika pattern. Why did you stop? I carved a swastika pattern soul for myself. A few... What? Okay, anyway, guys, I I don't understand it. I believe maybe this is some maybe awkward translation. But even if it's not, it was taking place much earlier than World War II. So, okay, let's just go on with this wave pattern. After all that, it turns out to be our own footprints. Okay. Finding clues is really difficult, isn't it? All contact leaves traces. This principle applies to detectives as well. When we focus on finding the murderer, we tend to ignore our presence at the scene. No, today I must regain my dignity. I'm going to investigate every footprint in this house. After searching the entire room, the only footprint I found were mine and yours. Please record this in the case file. Yeah. Do you want to record this too? Sometimes the absence of evidence can be just as important as the presence. Report about low pay, but the face is punctured. Okay, we already knew that. It is also possible that there is an indirect connection. By the way, how did you know that the steamed buns were delivered 6 hours ago? It was written on the note next to the box. The 21st, 7:45 a.m. Rose House. It's approximately 6 hours ago. You are really perceptive, Shen. If I had known something like this would happen, I definitely wouldn't have eaten those buns. How was the taste of the steamed buns at the crime scene? They were delicious, not spoiled at all. There are many detective novels on the bookshelf, including several translated versions of the Sherlock Holmes. Furthermore, there used to be some ceramic vessels. Yeah, recently someone has helping him practice. Maybe it was her. That would be my guess. Criminal mastermind. Seems like Lo Shinmen admires him. The more I think, the more suspicious it is. The words on the paper must be related to the case. Oh. Oh. They want to recover the document. We just need to use probably this. Good idea. Perhaps we could apply charcoal to the paper. The indentations can be made visible. Too bad I can't read Chinese. The words appear. Take a look and see what it says. The books were written by Lo Shinwen. Inadequate, low pay, deceived us. Editor responsible. Books were written by Lo Xinwen, inadequate, low pay, deceived us, editor, responsible. Okay. Final ultimatum. If not reported, extraordinary measures. Never tolerate. An impression of half a letter with the words low pay, deceived us, editor responsible, but the signature. Many words did not come through clearly, it's fragmented and intermittent. Text is not complete. This should be the second half of a letter. It seems that Lo Xinwen is accusing Lo Pei of plagiarizing his book. No, none of you truly understand. That's mine. It belongs to me. All of this is mine. Yes, I think that's what he said. I see. It's understandable why Lo Xinwen would react that way when being accused. Lo Xinwen also mentioned that the editor had responsibility. Isn't Lo Pei's editor Liu Picheng? Is this the reason why Lo Xinwen killed her? It is difficult to make any conclusions now. Shen, the house has been searched thoroughly. What should we do next? Liu was murdered 14 hours ago. The murder occurred around midnight. It's not long after I arrived at Lo Pei's house. Yeah. And that's when he encountered Lo Pei. Lo Xinwen, I mean. It's highly possible that you and I were the last people to see her. Afu, last night you were in town. Did you notice anything unusual? After we separated, I went to find the blacksmith Chang Ta. Then I watched him forge iron all night at the blacksmith workshop. Finally, we prepared all the repair parts I needed. Anything related to murder case, I really didn't pay attention. Well, that's normal too. Shen, let's go and ask others in town. There might be eyewitness. While it's worth a try, it's unlikely to have eyewitness since the case happened late at night. Daytime may offer a better chance to find witness. Daytime wasn't the case supposed to have happened at night? The reason for doing so was revealed to me by the box of steamed buns. Steamed buns. The presence of that box inside the house contradicts a certain clue at the scene. Are you referring to the footprints? Yes. Someone brought the steamed buns into the house, but there were no footprints left behind. This is obviously abnormal. Are you suggesting that someone cleaned up the footprints at the crime scene? It could be the box deliverer or someone else who entered and left after him. Whoever it is, this person is undoubtedly closely related to the case. Indeed, otherwise, there would be no need for him to clean up the footprints at the scene. More than just footprints were cleaned up, although no signs of fight were found inside the house. The victim had defensive wounds. Those fighting traces might have been cleaned up as well. It is highly possible that the murder weapon was also taken away by him. That's right. Shen, let's go and find the person right away. Sure, perhaps we would first visit the cow snack stall. Want to buy some snacks? Eating is not the top priority after all. Want to find out what happened to Miss Liu last night. Why was she crying so broken-hearted, and how did she become like this by this morning? Auntie Wu, this is the scene of the crime. It's really hot in this house, isn't it? You again. What are you doing here? Of course, we are investigating the crime scene. How dare you! Mr. Shen is overly involved in a matter that should be handled by the officials. Afu and I discovered the body in the wardrobe, so I couldn't just stand by and do nothing. It is not even possible to stand by. Who knows if Officer Ma might consider us suspects. If you are truly innocent, I will not accuse you wrongly. Enough idle talk. Hurry up and leave. Auntie Wu and I are going to investigate the crime scene. Mr. Shen, please leave quickly. If Officer Ma sees you, he'd draw his sword again. I have a few questions for you, soldier. I leave after asking. Okay, go ahead. The seal on the door. Is the seal on the door pasted by you? Yes, it's me. Can you remember the exact time when you put on the seals? I arrived at noon and first went to post the notice on the wall. I stayed for 15 minutes. Then I came here to put on the seals and stand guard. Okay, go ahead. Suspected person. Everything is normal except old Chu. He was wandering around early in the morning. Is it an old man dressed as a scholar? Yes, he is an old scholar. Let's go and ask him. Okay. About Lo Xinwen. Soldier, do you know anything about Lo Xinwen? Lo Xinwen is a lazybone. He is ungrateful and vicious. No wonder everyone dislikes him. Ungrateful and vicious. Had Lo Pei treated Lo Xinwen well? Lo Xinwen doesn't work, usually. Lo Pei provided him with food and clothes and a place to live in. Did Lo Pei do this because his articles were actually written by Lo Xinwen? Lo Pei is a great writer. He is the pride of our Perot town. Even children don't bother to read what Lo Xinwen writes. Okay. No more questions. Who's this guy? Shen, look, this is making bamboo. What? After carbonization, this type of bamboo can be used to make excellent filaments for lamps. Shen, that green fish looks so beautiful. This type of fish is called Bangana decora, and it is a unique species found in Hunan province. Wow, it does sound delicious. It would be great to have a fishing rod. Do you also want to eat fish, Shen? I just want to go fishing. Let me make a fishing rod for you, Shen. No, let's investigate the case first. Seems like you went through some internal struggle. Yeah. Okay, Lope's house is here. Seals on the door, okay. It's a dry well, and there are many ants around the edge. Ants around the edge. Old scholar. Sir, as my heart is burdened with sorrow and worry. Sir, have you seen any suspicious individuals around here? I lament that my heart desires remain unfulfilled. I have no words to express my sorrow. Shen, it seems like I didn't quite understand. Sir said he is troubled by something and he's not in the mood to talk until he solves it. Sir, what has been troubling you? I am sad and worried, as if a thorn is stuck in my throat. I look up at the roof and sigh. Oh, yeah, there is something on the roof. Looking up at the roof. It's my admission ticket on the thatched eaves. Wind bullies me because I seem old and weak. What the old scholar meant to say, the wind swept his admission ticket onto the roof. You learn fast. Shen, it seems that you have started talking his way. Just a joke. We will find a way to help you get your admission ticket back. After that, could you please tell us what have you seen in the vicinity? I'll repay you for your great kindness. I thought there's a ladder here, but it's already damaged. If only I had brought my invention, the robot hand, I could easily grab things within reach. Long-distance water cannot quench immediate thirst, my brilliant inventor. Well, it is more practical to repair the ladder. The ladder is missing a crossbeam. We need to find suitable material to replace it. Okay. Young lad, you seem to be century genius. Secret book. Would you like to take a look? This is incredible. A ray of enlightenment is bursting through your eyes. You are truly a natural genius in reasoning. Did I really have such remarkable talent all along? Indeed, I, who have never misjudged anyone's abilities. If we could unlock the reasoning pathway in your mind, imagine the heights you could reach. How can I unlock the pathway? Man, it's easy to deceive. You're lucky that I just opened my stall today and you happened to come by. Read 10 detective novels from my stall and you'll become the reincarnated Master Law II. Mr. Hu, we are investigating the murder at Lo Xinwen's house. May I ask you some questions? Sure, go ahead. About detective novels. Mr. Hu, you haven't told me how to unlock my pathway to reasoning yet. I selected a set of books for you. Once you finish them, you'll become a master of reasoning. You can start with these detective novels. Once you have gained some experience, you can start reading Sherlock Holmes. Save Master Low's book for later, as they are more advanced and require deeper understanding. Remember, it's not enough to just read once. You must read attentively, closely, and repeatedly. As long as I read all of them, will I become a detective as skilled as Shen? Of course, I Hu Lao Kuai never lie. Would I sell books outside the court if I lied? Soldiers from the court often buy books from me. Each of them has a copy of Master Low's book, especially Officer Ma. He buys at least 10 copies whenever Master Law releases a new book. Otherwise, could he become the sergeant? Sure, go ahead. Liu P. Cheng. Are you referring to Miss Liu, the editor of Golden Words? Master Low's achievements today are largely due to Miss Liu's insight. I still have her business card. Did Miss Liu know many people in the town? Has she ever had conflicts with anyone? I'm not sure about that. After all, I'm just a bookseller. Sure. How much do you know about Lo Xinwen? That's ungrateful brat. It's truly the biggest mistake in Master Law's life. Master Law just spoiled him too much, that's why. What do you mean by that? He's completely dependent on Master Laws for his livelihood. Yet he spoke evil of Master Law. It seems like he feels Master Law owes him something. Is it because he thought that Master Law's work were written by him? Just a few days ago, he even claimed that Master Law would put his name on the novel. He doesn't deserve it. What was Master Law's reaction to this? Master Law simply smiled it off. Is it possible that Lo Xinwen was telling the truth? Young lad, you have no idea what he could write. Once he bragged near my bookstall. I couldn't stand it, so I let him write something. He struggled to write even a few words for a long time, and eventually went into a fit. And Master Law has passed away. Blacksmith. Oh, really? Jiangta, this is Detective Mr. Shen that I mentioned. Shen, this is the blacksmith Chungta. He's highly skilled in ironwork. Chungta, I would appreciate your help with the boat repair parts. You're welcome. Changta, we are looking into murder case at Law's house. Could we ask you some questions? Oh, go ahead. About the weapon. I wonder if you have seen a rod with such vertical stripes, Chungta. Rod? Not a clue. Vertical stripes. Looks familiar. Please tell us. What noticed this pattern. Vertical stripes, definitely seen them before. Can't remember right now. Well, Changta, last night when you were making the bars for me, I came across a small booklet. The booklet had many illustrations of various weapons. Ironwork manual. Take it. Thank you, Changta. The recent orders and blueprints of the blacksmith are all in there. It also has the customer's information. Can Changta, the blacksmith, right? I heard from Changta he came from a rich family and even attended a private school for a few years. Later, his father smoked opium. He couldn't afford schooling and learned from blacksmith. Let's see what's inside. The old bamboo dealer requested to reinforce handle of the bamboo cutting knife. Judge Cheng planned to gift an oxtail sword, adding 2 copper rings and cloud engravings. Mr. Cow requested adding a rolling axis on a rolling pin to make dough rolling easier. Lo Pei wanted to order a sharp, short dagger for self-defense, the one stuck in his chest. Ma brought his arm guards for improvement. Changta suggested adding vertical stripes. Ma. Judge Cheng ordered an improved hoe to boost farming efficiency. The following pages are all about choppers, farm tools and so on. Nothing special. Lo Xinwen. An eccentric and unpredictable person. It seems Lo Xinwen has really bad reputation. Even Changta doesn't like him. I wonder why everyone dislikes Lo Xinwen. He always claims that Lo Pei books were written by him, bored by his words. Changta, do you know Liu Picheng? No, I don't. Bamboo cutter made at the blacksmith shop within 2 iron hoops wrapped around the handle. Further weapon is a rod with 2 vertical stripes. Could it be the handle of the bamboo cutter? We can compare them to see. Cow snacks. I can already smell the delightful aroma. Let's go and have a chat. What would you like to order? Buns, cake, fried twist, noodle? Noodles, we're detectives investigating the murder case. Feel free to ask. Your steamed buns are so delicious. Is there a secret technique? Good steamed buns must be made with meat in good condition. Did Lo Xinwen often come here to buy steamed buns? Lo Xinwen is our regular. Usually he prepared for 5 days worth of steamed buns. We delivered them to him every morning. Were the steamed buns delivered to his house this morning different from those on other days? No difference. They were all freshly made. But heard that he has been arrested, so should we still deliver to him tomorrow? This is indeed a big problem. How about this? You deliver them to the court instead? Can you manage both the business at the stall and food deliveries at the same time? Yang, the errand runner, takes care of all the delivery orders. Where is Yang now? He's delivering rice noodles to those soldiers. I see. Thank you, Mr. Cow. Feel free to ask. About Lo Xinwen, how much do you know about him? You know his uncle Lo Pei is renowned writer, right? Our town, Paraton, was renamed because of him. Business in our small shops has been booming due to influx of readers attracted to our town. Please, tell us what you know about Lo Xinwen. Master Law was highly esteemed but never expected to end up with such an incompetent nephew. Lo Xinwen, a scholar, has passed the imperial examination after the exam system was abolished. Lo Xinwen turned to opium in despair and lost everything. If it weren't for Master Law taking him and helping him quit smoking, I'm afraid he would. Opium is really evil. Did Lo Xinwen quit opium later? So I hear, but he still needs to take opium cessation drugs daily. Those drugs were also purchased for him by Lo Pei. Indeed, it sounds like Lo Pei has treated Lo Xinwen quite well. Having such a good uncle was truly a blessing. Unfortunately, he's very ungrateful. I wonder if you know Liu Picheng. Liu Picheng? Oh, you were referring to Miss Liu. That's right, it's her. Master Lo accompanied her to my stall several times to buy rice cakes. I've also seen her and Master Lo taking a photo together right at the entrance of that alley. How is Miss Liu's relationship with others? She should only have one acquaintance in the town, Master Lo. Has Miss Liu had any conflicts with anyone? I know nothing about that. Mr. Cow, please try to recall more carefully and see if you remember anything. Why don't you go and ask my son? Miss Liu occasionally played with my son, so he might know her better. I wonder where your son is now. At this time he should be playing by the creek. My son's name is Kao Tian, wearing yellow clothes. Go and try to find him. Feel free to ask. Can't go through here. Why? My commander said so. was wrong. I suddenly remembered that business card I saw earlier. The seal on it looks somewhat familiar to me. Yes, there is a similar shape on this piece of evidence. Proof. Where's the similar shape? I didn't see it at all. Okay. Business card obtained from the bookseller. Oh, here. Okay. Here's proof. Oh, so it was the letter. Yes, the outline of the seal matches perfectly the symbol at the end of the letter. Yes, that means the strange symbol is the imprint left by the seal on the back of the paper. Exactly, Shen. If the person who wrote the letter is Miss Liu, wouldn't the whole situation be reversed? What did I read? Inadequate in the letter doesn't refer to Lo Xinwen, but Lo Pei. Editor, responsible, actually means Miss Liu felt sorry for her fault. Miss Liu wrote the letter to the publishing house seeking justice for Lo Xinwen. Not only that, but there are also annotations in a delicate handwriting on many of the discarded manuscripts. The handwriting in the annotations is the same as the handwriting in the letter. So the person who was revising Lo Xinwen's manuscripts was Miss Liu after all. Yeah, that's what I suspected. Shen, bamboo can be used to repair the ladder. Uncle, we are detectives helping investigate cases. Can you cut off a section of bamboo for us? We can use it as a beam of the ladder. Alright. It's unbelievable that he would kill his own... Wow. Sorry for that. His own uncle. It's a shame that someone as talented as Master Law had to come to such a tragic end. Here you go. Oh, here he is. Tian Tian. Hey, little one, may I ask you? Yes, you know me. We are detectives and we're catching bad guys. Would you like to help us? I love detectives the most. I also want to be a detective when I grow up. May I ask you a few questions? And will you answer them seriously? Yes. Do you know a lady with short hair, a round face, and glasses? Yes, I do. That's Sister Liu, and she's not a bad person. Sister Liu was bullied by bad people. Have you seen anyone who bullies her? Master Law is the bad person. He insulted Sister Liu and even pushed her, right here in this courtyard. When did it happen? The day before yesterday. Did you hear what they were arguing about? Let me think. Sister Liu was talking about something like Ko-ao. Ko-ao. Do you know what Ko-ao is? Tian Tian, are you sure Sister Liu said that? Sister Liu did say that, and I heard it clearly. Master Law got angry. Very, very angry. Then he pushed Sister Liu. Detective, Master Law is a bad person. Go and catch him now. Well, once the truth is found out, we will make sure the bad guys are punished. That's great. Then I go and continue play. Is that it? Detective, I have another question to ask you. What question? If ants are moving, does that mean it's going to rain? If it is going to rain, I need to tell my daddy to close his stall in advance. Ants are sensitive to changes in air humidity, but the weather doesn't seem like it's going to rain. Tian Tian, you got it wrong. Do you see the white crumbs on the back of the ants? Those are the food they are carrying. There is food inside the dry well. White crumbs. Afo, it's possible that there's something in the well. Rice cake. I go down the well to have a look. Can you go down? The width is just right for me, but if I were any bigger, I probably wouldn't be able to get in. Let's first go find a rope. The bottom of the well is deep and the opening is narrow. Be cautious. Shen! I found some rice cakes and a belt for a coat down in the well. There was a discarded rake head in the well, and the belt was hooked onto it. The rice cakes are all smashed. It took me a while to pick them up. Rice cakes and a belt were found at the bottom of the well. A belt belonging to Low-Pay's coat, and this belt was the one on Low-Pay's coat. I saw it last night. The belt also has bloodstains on it. Now we can report to Judge Chang. We only found fragments of the coat in a brazier. Now we have new evidence. Why didn't Lo Xinwen dispose of the belt and the coat together? Let's think about it later. Another discovery. Look at this. There's a thin red and yellow thread in the brick crevices of the well wall. Oh, here, yeah. This thin thread is relatively clean and brightly colored, as if not exposed to the sun and rain. It must have been stuck here recently. Then I will also keep it. It's done. Admission ticket. It seems that the paper on the roof isn't the admission ticket. You already knew it, Shan. Four books annotations. Looks like the cover of a book. It is a book, but perhaps not a very good one. It is a cheating tool. How should we explain this to the old scholar? I have searched around on the roof, but there's only this piece of paper. Show it to him first. Is this what you wanted? Please take a closer look. This is the 4. Oh, it indeed belongs to me. Thank you, gentlemen. You're welcome. Just help us with our investigation. Go ahead. A dead body was found at Lowe's house. Did you see anyone suspicious in or out this morning? This is a big matter indeed. I've got it. If it's a murder case, that man seems highly suspicious. A witness. Please provide more details. He has a snake's head and rat's eyes, holding a weapon and carrying a box. He must be the murderer. I dare not speak without certainty, but I know that this object resembles an iron club. Resembling an iron club, then it is indeed possible to be the murder weapon. If you two apprehend the murderer successfully, I will go to the court to identify him. Alright. Sir, are you mistaken? This is not an admission ticket, but the cover of 4 books annotations. What? It's not my admission ticket? My admission ticket must have been left at home. The old scholar may have poor eyesight, but he walks quite steadily and fast. Someone's banging on the drum. Seems like the sound is coming from the direction. Let's go take a look. Mr. Shen, I was just looking for you. Lord has asked to go to the court. What's up? Someone has come and banged the drum, saying he has seen the murderer. Whoa, is it true? Who's the person that reported it? I don't know. I'm only responsible for running errands. Since that's the case, let's go together and see what's happening. Since Mr. Shen is also here, let's begin. Silence. Bring in the person who beat the drum. Excuse me, sir. What's your name and why did you beat the drum? Your Honor, my name is Cho Chin. I heard about the murderer in Law's house, and it reminded me that I had witnessed the crime. I'm here to identify the murderer. Did you really witness the murder with your own eyes? Indeed, I did. Then tell me everything you know in detail. Okay. The exam results come out today. I went to wait near the announcement wall early in the morning. The day Imperial examinations results are released. Yes, today is the day the candidate examination results are announced. How could you witness the murder in Law's house if you went to see the announcement? Your Honor, Law's house is not far from the announcement wall. Oh, go ahead. I was walking around for some exercise when I suddenly saw a man leaving Law's house. He was in a hurry and forgot to lock the door. I looked over curiously only to glimpse a dead body inside. Strange and horrible. I was scared and didn't look or say anything more until Your Honor asked me. After that, I stayed nearby till the results were released, but saw no one else enter or leave. Who was the person that walked out of Law's house? Do you still remember? I remember he has a snake's head and rat's eyes. He doesn't seem like a good person. Come here and identify. Is this the person you saw? Yes, it's him. When I saw that food box, I guessed it must be Yang Air. This guy has a criminal record of theft. He once stole things from Master Law. It was right to detain him in advance. Well, Judge Cheng, I'm really wronged. Everyone knows that I am most warm-hearted, helpful and chivalrous. How could I kill someone? How dare you talk back, you thief? Come on, man. Prepare for severe punishment. Wait a minute. Mr. Chu's testimony alone is insufficient to establish Yang Er as the murderer. It's you again. Mr. Cho saw it with his own eyes. How can it be false? It's rare to find someone like Mr. Cho who's willing to speak out for justice. However, some of his testimony seems to be inconsistent with the on-site situation. I wish to cross-examine Mr. Cho. What do you mean by cross-examine? I will review Mr. Cho's words sentence by sentence and question any problematic statements. Then I will compare the questionable testimony with the collected evidence. If I find evidence that contradicts the testimony, I will present it to you for examination. Let's begin. It's too bad. The only thing that's crossing my mind is that, well, his eyesight is really poor. The exam results come out today. I went near the announcement wall early in the morning. Question? Well, she died around midnight, so it could not happen. Yeah. Mr. Chu, do you still remember when you arrived near Lo Chinwen's house? Not exactly. I remember it was shortly after dawn. There were not many pedestrians on the road. But in fact, Miss Liu was murdered around midnight. How could you see the murderer commit the crime after dawn? Is the time of death you said accurate? This is my preliminary analysis. It's currently conducted the autopsy. No conclusion has been reached yet. Are you too presumptuous to determine the time of death just by a glance at the body? Indeed, the time of death relies on the coroner's further assessment. However, there's another loophole. I was walking around for some exercise when I suddenly saw a man leaving Law's house. Walking around for some exercise when suddenly saw a man leaving. He has a snake head and rat eyes. It's young air. He was in a hurry. Forgot to lock the door. Well, that explains what he was doing there. He was in a hurry, but there were no signs. Well, I looked over curiously, only to glimpse a dead body inside. Strange and horrible. Was scared and didn't look or say anything more until your honor asked me. After that, I stayed nearby till the results were released, but saw no one else enter or leave. Let's present the footprints. There is a contradiction between your statement and this evidence. What is this? I didn't see any connection between this piece. What? Really? Oh, sorry. I was walking around for some exercise when I suddenly saw a man leaving Lo's house. He had snake head and rat eyes. Was in a hurry, forgot to lock the door. Well, that's the only thing that crosses my mind. Mr. Chu accusations is not valid. This box of steamed bones is the evidence. What do you mean? Younger, an errant runner, entered Lo Xinwen's house in the morning to deliver a boon. Yes, that's right. I indeed went to deliver steamed buns. He used the delivery as an excuse to enter the house and commit murder for money, couldn't he? This... Then I have no idea. Maybe I can you know, start. Wait, where's this? Oh, here is the explanation of all the things. Joint stiffness refers to gradual stiffening and contractions of muscles. Fixation, toe joints making it difficult to bend. Typically indicates that death occurred at least 9 or 12 hours. Alright. It's not what I wanted to check. Well, snake head, rat eyes. I looked over curiously, only to glimpse dead body inside. Okay, let's go again. The exam results come out today. Went to wait near the announcement wall early in the morning. Yeah, so there was morning, there was daylight. We cannot use the autopsy report because it was not proved by coroner to be true. So Hackle Brazier. Her post list. The exam results come out today. Went to wait near the announcement wall early in the morning. Was walking around for some exercise. Suddenly saw a man leaving Law's house. Well, the soldier came, but it was around noon. At first, he helped with the results, right? But this... I don't know. I could say this. Probably not. So there were clearly discrepancies in your previous statements. The key to the problem lies in the details of the evidence. I'll take a closer look. Okay. Box of meat buns delivered to Lo Xinwen's house at 7:45 a.m. Fresh and tasty. 7:45. Business card obtained from the bookseller reading Liu Beicheng. Editor with a seal stamped. So I think about the timing here. So 7:45 is morning, so okay, let's go. I was walking around for some exercise when I suddenly saw a man leaving Lo's house. Snake head, red eyes. It's young air. He was in a hurry. Forgot locked door. Okay, after that I stayed nearby till the results were released, but saw no one else enter or leave. It checks. Unfortunately, it checks out, and I do have evidence to prove that, because he said he has he did get up early morning. And yeah, he could be there around 7:45. And he waited, exercised. At noon, the list was presented. And he then guarded the door. I don't know, maybe we can also try this. Sir, you mentioned you saw someone dead inside the house when the suspect left Oh, now I get it. So she probably ate some rice cakes and then she was knocked out. However, the body was found inside the wardrobe. At that time, the wardrobe was locked. How could you possibly see a body inside the house? Could it be that Mr. Cho saw the scene in the house right after the killer committed the crime? No. Mr. Cho said he looked over curiously because someone left Lo's house without locking the door. He also mentioned no one entered or left Lo's house after the suspect left. If that is indeed the case, how did the body end up locked inside the wardrobe? Sir, did you fabricate a story about seeing the body? Although I have not personally witnessed it, I believe that to be the case. This is a matter of life and death. How can you take it for granted? How can you be certain that the person leaving Lo's house was no one other than Young Air? Had a close encounter with this person and his peculiar attire made a deep impression on me. In what way was this attire peculiar? He wore a white turban, held a rod, and carried a box. He didn't look like a good person. Have you seen anyone else coming in or out Lo's house? It seems there's nobody else. Seems. I can't recall clearly. I'm afraid more words means more mistakes. Allow me to think it over. Well then, go think about it for a while. Lord, at the present we cannot rule out a suspicion on Young Air. It's possible he entered the scene twice, once to commit the murder and once to hide the body. Mr. Shen, what do you think? Could be advisable to question Young Air first and see what he has to say. Let's proceed the question. Young man, I have questions for you. Were you the one who delivered the steamed buns to Lo Xinwen's house this morning? Yes, it was me who delivered them. Ocho accuses you of murder and hiding the body. What do you have to say about it? I am being wrongly accused, sir. I never killed a creature, living creature. Say, Mr. Cho saw you coming out of Lo Xinwen's house. How do you explain that? You must have mistaken me for someone else. What did you do this morning? Tell the truth. Yes. After leaving Lo Pei's house, quickly returned to my shop. But I still got scolded by my boss, Kao, because I failed to deliver the morning orders. Then I had to rush and deliver the orders as quickly as possible without stopping for a moment. By the time I delivered the order to Lo Xinwen, I'd already caught up with the schedule. You saw Lo Xinwen being arrested in the morning. Why did you still deliver the buns? If the customer orders, no matter whether he eats, I have to deliver it, right? Please go ahead. Knocked out on the door. There was no response. I intended to leave food box on the doorstep, but the door opened easily with a gentle push. I feared the bones would be stolen by a dog, would scold me again, so I went inside. I placed the food box on a small table by the door, then hurried to the next customer. Was there anyone inside the house at that time? There was not anyone inside the house at all. When you first entered the house, did you notice anything unusual? It seems like there was nothing unusual. He shouldn't have overlooked something like that. On placing the box, I returned empty-handed. I had other orders and couldn't afford any delays. Maybe Mr. Cho happened to see me when I came out. He misunderstood me. The 6 statements made by young Aris to one of Mr. Cho's statements. Man, this is gonna be hard. Intended to leave the box and the door opened easily with a gentle push. Feared the buns would be stolen. No one inside the house and I didn't notice anything unusual. Place the food box on a small table. Okay, empty-handed. That was the something. Carried, held rod, carried a box. Aren't you aware of your own situation yet? Why did you lie? Mr. Cho saw you. There was nothing. Used to be a painting hanging on the wall. Now it's gone. You took it, didn't you? Okay. What the hell? No, I meant he saw a man with a rod and with a box, and he said he was empty-handed, so he couldn't be this guy, but they are suggesting he stole the painting. I was greedy for money, blinded by greed. Painting was not taken down by me. When I entered, it was already on the table. Bold villain, if you do not speak the truth any longer, punishment will be served. I realized my mistake. I will return the stolen items at once, right away, immediately. Gather a team and go with young heir to see what he has taken from the house. Yes. Mr. Shen, if young heir is indeed guilty of theft only, how should we go ahead with the murder trial? I'm afraid we'll have to go back to Mr. Cho's testimony. What do you have in mind? When Afu and I were investigating the scene, we found footprints had been cleaned up. Could be young heir, or there might be others who have been in and out after him. Mr. Chu stayed near a lost house throughout the entire morning. Mr. Cho, how's your memory recall going? My lords, I feel dizzy and faint after so long. Could I have some more time, please? Let's take a break and continue the trial later. That's what I had on my mind. That's a good stream for getting back after a while. But I guess I will be finishing right now. So thank you everyone for tuning into my stream, and I wish to see you next time. Possibly the week after the next one. Wednesday, probably. Thank you, and more to come. Bye bye. I've been inside your